When Game of Thrones ended, it seemed like everyone, not just HBO, so I mean down from Amazon Prime to Netflix to Hulu and even the NBC and CBS all went to search for their Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. And there's all kinds of now fantasy, low fantasy, high fantasy, sci-fi, horror fantasy shows coming out of the near future, and some of them look really interesting, have the possibility of being great and really being the next Game of Thrones. But right now, there are some options available out there for people. Mm-hmm. So if someone just needs that like fantasy television fix, what are some streaming options that we have available right now? Not really what I would think of as typical like fantasy, because when I think of fantasy, I think either fairies or knights, right? That's the kind of high fantasy. But I guess horror and sci-fi fits into
I know where we're going.
That genre. So the third season of Stranger Things has come out. If you haven't watched the first two seasons, what's wrong with you? You can pause the video, go watch them, come back. We'll be here.
Absolutely. Which I'm pretty sure that was one. If you don't like the first episode, you're off the hook, because it was a great first episode. It's just a great show all around. And
so the third season is out now. If you've watched the first two, third one is available. I do believe it declined in quality.
Maybe a little.
Okay, maybe decline in quality is the wrong thing. I believe it almost changed genres. Because the first one was definitely this horror, it was always very spooky and what's going on. And so the horror elements to me started to fail in the third one.
Okay.
And the first one, the second one, I was on board. I was definitely terrified, definitely scared of people dying. And in the third one, it kind of went silly. And they had the horror elements to it, but the silliness kind of overrode that for me.
I think I know what you mean, and I feel like anytime when you have your cast of main characters, especially by season 3, it's very well established. And they time and time again get into extremely perilous situations and walk away basically unscathed. That lowers the tension for me, because I don't believe they're in danger. Even when it looks like they should be, I don't believe it anymore. Which is one of the things that Game of Thrones did so well.
Everybody's always in danger.
Somebody would lose a hand or an eye or die, and you'd be like, wait a minute, but this whole storyline was going...
So no one's safe.
Which they have not really done, I don't think, I don't feel like they did that in Stranger Things. And so it makes me feel like, even though the peril is there, it's like not as perilous as peril should be.
Bob.
Oh. Season 2.
So I feel like 11 is overpowered, and I think that takes away some of the scariness, because she can pretty much do anything she wants to. Yeah. It also kind of makes the other characters irrelevant, because she's so strong. She doesn't need, she needs the emotional support or whatever, but she doesn't really need the physical.
But she had boy trouble this time.
Oh, I know. But that's what I'm saying, though. So it felt to me like the show shifted from this, tension-filled horror thing. I mean, we've got Russians and we've got secrets and all that.
We did have Russians, and I loved that. I loved the Russians.
So I did not hate the season by any means. I loved it, had an absolute great time with it, but a bunch of people are like angry at it, and it's the worst season ever. And I think it's because if you go in expecting the same thing as you do in 1 and 2, it's not the same thing. And I just want to say, if I could have a Dustin and Steve like spinoff with just them goofing around, I would have so much fun, because the sailor, the ice cream shop with the sailor suits and the,
I liked their Freedom Banana Split.
The ship.
Yeah, the ship.
But they were hilarious, and one of the things the show always had going for it was the likability of the cast, and it's still there. Like, I still like the original kids. I still like Hopper. I still like... I can't remember Winona Ryder's character, the mom. I still like...
Mike's mom. Or was it Mike? I don't remember.
Will.
Will's mom. Sorry, wrong kid.
So I still, I love those characters, and they're fun. And you know what? They're, for the most part, they're good people. They're nice people. This season, some of them started to turn into jerks.
A little bit, yeah.
And that kind of took, mostly on the younger kids. Steve started off as a jerk, ended up much nicer. Hopper can act like a jerk, but you can tell he really cares. Winona Ryder character, again, I can't remember the character's name, but she's
just driven.
She's driven.
So driven she pushes people away.
Right. So they all have some kind of, character flaw there.
Yeah.
But you like them. You understand them. They are normal people. Like they're not, except for 11, they're not, beyond the realm of, oh, that's the dude in the house next door or the guy down the street or those are the kids. And to me, that always endeared them to me. Now, the new characters that come in, the more characters that get, the more over the top they seem to be and cartoony they seem to be. And I think that added to the comedic elements of the season, but I think that also detracted from like the likability of the new characters.
Yeah.
I still love I almost wish they would just thin it down. Like I know, we got a new season, we need more characters and more
like a culling. So you need a Game of Thrones level, just an event. That would be bad.
But
definitely season 4, however it plays out, whenever Will's mom sounds like she's crazy, listen to her. She's been right 1, 2, 3 times in a row. You people should take her word for gospel by now.
I love the fact we live in a world where dark demon things come from underground and no one believes you like 3 times later.
What is that? So I don't know.
Crazy Russians are here. Whatever.
Well, that is all our time. Thank you so much for watching Screen Reader Stream It.
And remember, don't take your kids to the movies on Tuesday nights because that's when we go.